Let's be honest, y'all. Change is hard. If change wasn't hard, then everybody would do it. If change wasn't hard, then we would do it just like that. We would look at something in our lives and we would say, I don't like that, I'm going to change it. And then it would be done. It would be over. It would be changed. Change is hard. I have lost over 90 pounds in the last 7.5 months. And I have done so through making specific and consistent changes to my lifestyle and primarily to my diet. But it was hard. If that kind of change wasn't hard, I'd have done it a long, long time ago. I posted a video a few weeks back that talked about 10 steps that I took in order to change my life. It was, I lost 80 pounds at 55, 10 steps that I took that changed my life. It's the video that attracted most of the attention that this channel has received. Maybe that's the video that you first saw when you started watching or when you subscribed, or maybe this is the first video you've seen, I don't know. But there were a lot of steps that I went through in order to come to the decision to make the changes that ultimately led to this 90-pound weight loss. Now, first of all, I want to acknowledge that I am not done. I have not arrived. My goal is to lose 100 pounds in 2025, and I've lost 90. I've got 10 to go. I have every confidence in the world that I'm going to achieve that goal. My estimation is that I'll probably achieve that goal by the midpoint of October. That's my plan. And then there'll be a stretch goal. There'll be something else I add on top of that. But I don't want to wait until I've lost 100 pounds to encourage you and maybe to help you if I can to make some of the same kinds of changes in your life. I don't know what kind of change you want to make, but I do know this. Change is possible. I know that change is possible because I've proven to myself that change is possible. And I think I have some ideas about how to help other people accomplish the kind of changes that they want to make. I at least want to try. I want to try to help you. And I want to help you in the only way that I really know how to help you, and that is to help you think through the process that you personally need to go through, because ultimately you have to do this. If you want to change, you have to be the one to do it. But maybe I can serve as a guide. Maybe I can point you in a direction that will help you see the road signs that you need to find along the path that you need to travel in order to get to where you want to go. Maybe. And so, whether you're trying to lose weight or get physically fit or overcome some chronic illness, whatever it is you're trying to do, I want to offer you this 30-day reset. We're going to call it the 30-day dig. Yeah, the 30-day dig. That's what we're going to call it. And this is session 0. This isn't even one of the 30. This is the introduction. This is where I tell you what it is we're going to do and invite you to come along for the ride. This is video number 1 on the 30-day dig playlist. What is 30-day dig, you ask? Well, the 30-day dig is digging deep to lay a foundation for change. The 30-day dig consists of 3 10-day cycles. The first one is the cycle of discovery. The first 10 days, we are going to focus on discovering what it is you want to change, why it is you want to change it, and what are some of the obstacles that are in your way that are keeping you from accomplishing the change that you want to make. 10 days of discovery. The second 10 days is investigation. That is the time in which you are going to research, you are going to study, you are going to learn. You may end up needing to read some books. You're definitely going to end up needing to watch some YouTube videos. You may need to watch a film or two, a documentary. You might decide to sign up for a course. I don't know. You're going to build your own playlist, among other things. But that second 10 days is the time that you are dedicating to investigation, to learning what you need to know in order to accomplish what you need to do in order to grow. That's the second 10 days. The third 10 days is when we start the grind. Yeah, the grind. It's where we take that learning and we begin to put it into practice. It's where we grind it out and put forth the effort that is needed in order to begin to lay the foundation of the habits that ultimately are going to carry you through to accomplish that goal that you have set for yourself. So what do you need in order to participate in the 30-day dig reset? Well, you need something to write with, you need something to write in, and you need an open mind. That's it. Something to write with, something to write in, and an open mind. I recommend a pen and a notebook. Maybe a composition notebook, or maybe one of those fancy dot journals, But you're going to need something to make notes on. You're going to need something to do some mental exercises with. You're going to need a journal or a notebook and a pen. Now, if you're one of these folks who prefers to go digital as opposed to analog, then fine, create yourself a Google Doc and type away to your heart's content. You can do it online. That's fine. That's not a problem. But I recommend analog because, there's something about putting pen to paper that really helps my thought process. And I'm betting, if you're over 45, that it probably helps yours too. So we're going to go on a journey of discovery. We're going to do some investigation, and we're going to start the grind to dig deep and lay a foundation for change. Here's the structure and the format. We're going to have this introductory video, which you've watched most of already. Then each day, we're going to have a short that will be added to this playlist. I'd advise you, encourage you, I dare say even ask you to tune in each day to watch the short and to complete whatever assignment that short is offering. We're not going to go fast. We're going to go kind of slow. You could probably accomplish the entire 30-day dig in just a couple of days if you really wanted to just rush through it and set your mind to it. And if you're coming to this channel, after all of the videos are posted, feel free to do that. But as we are starting out, I'm going to do this over the course of 30 days for two reasons. Reason number one, you need time to process. You need time to truly think and reflect. Listen, the 90-pound journey that I've been on so far, I didn't wake up on January morning and say, hey, I'm going to do this. No, I started thinking about it and planning for it all the way back in November of 2024. And then in December, I was refining my plan. I was doing my research. And then in January, on January 1st, I launched the channel and I launched my whole food plant-based diet. That's what I did. And here I am, 90 pounds, and 8 months later, only 10 pounds away from accomplishing my goal in under the 12 months that I allowed myself to accomplish it. So we're going to take 30 days to really slowly and methodically go through the process of discovery, investigation, and grinding out those initial few days of building these new habits. There's a second reason that it's going to take 30 days, and that is I haven't recorded the videos yet. And this entire series, by the way, is going to be pretty much raw. It's going to be fairly raw. I'm not going to do a lot of editing in this series, okay? This is going to be me talking to you, helping you work through the things that you need to do in order to dig deep, to lay a foundation for change. You're going to hear me say that a lot over the next 30 days. Together, we're going to dig deep to lay a solid foundation for change. Is this about diet? Sure, if that's what you need. Is it about exercise? Of course, if that's what your goal is. But you can take these principles and apply them to anything you want to accomplish in your life, anything that you want to change. That's what I'm here for, to help you and encourage you to take this journey and to change, to dare to dream big, to dare yourself and challenge yourself to lay aside some old habits and to latch onto some new, to say goodbye to who you used to be and say hello to the person that you're going to become. That is what this series is all about. I hope you're ready to dig deep. I am. I'll see you tomorrow.